Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Well, me and the Lord, we got an understanding.
We're on a mission from God.
Yeah, man, on a mission from God. Aaron, Dave, and Patrick. No Jermaine.
DP.
Putting the band back together. Forget it. No way. We're on a mission from God.
No guests this week. Thanks, Patrick.
How are road troubles my fault for the guests?
You lined up the guests. They're not here. It's your fault.
I'll take it.
All right. Yeah.
I got broad shoulders. I can back it.
You see,
Like a female Yeti.
First you trade the Cadillac.
Why a female?
I just, in my mind, like the female Yetis probably do all the heavy lifting and packing, and the dudes are just like hanging out like in the shadows somewhere.
Oh, so it's not because you want to be a female.
No, I don't live in California.
Okay.
Oh.
But I do identify clearly as a female Yeti.
Is there a community for female Yetis?
I'm sure there is in your state.
Trans female Yetis.
I'm a trans Yeti.
Oh, man. Oh, it's already going off the rails.
Lord works in mysterious
Just where we like it.
Get the band, Sal.
Yep.
Oh, even Sal's midway through because we were testing that one too.
Yeah.
I just feel like the dude Yetis, they're just like kind of hanging out playing games with like the people that are trying to film them. They're like, hey bro, let's get close, like real close.
Well,
and then we'll just be really still.
Well, I think the female Yetis were all at that Stockton Con that Dave went to last week.
Yeah. I have to tell you about the con. Yeah, so maybe the male Yetis though are like, hey, I'm working over here.
I don't believe that one bit.
They're out there working.
Nope. Those dudes was like, we're the best.
Posing for pictures with tourists, you know.
Yeah, they're like, we are the best hide and seekers on the planet. You ladies go work. We got some stuff.
Yeah. Well, do you believe there's a Bigfoot? Do you believe in Sasquatch? Do you really?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Is that because you live in the boonies?
Maybe some of it, but I also believe that like there's so much stuff that we haven't discovered that's brand new. I mean, 2 years ago they found a new species of monkey in the Amazon. So is it possible that there's a freaking Yeti? Absolutely. I mean, look at this beard.
I do know that this was out in Utah when I lived in Utah, and I was there for about a year. Let's just call it a year and a half to be simple about it. But we'll take Sal out of the picture here. Anyhow,
see you, Sal.
See ya. There's a big billboard on the freeway between Ogden and Salt Lake City from Olympia Beer. I don't even know. Do they still make Olympia Beer? I haven't seen it forever.
Do I look like my name's freaking Zeus? I don't know.
Anyways,
that's Olympus. Not
Olympia Beer was offering, and it was on this billboard, and the billboard was up there forever. $1 million that anybody that could bring, unrefutable proof of Bigfoot.
I wonder if that billboard's still up.
I bet you it is. It was up there forever.
Dude, I'll go hang out in the woods until I find something. But
when I took my trip to the South, there was, I think Tennessee had Bigfoot on everything or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, they're in like Gatlinburg. Yeah, there's
Gatlinburg, the Bigfoot. Yeah,
Bigfoot stuff. I want to get back to the most important part of Dave's story, though, is the Utah. Who named that freaking state? What's a Utah?
I can tell you, because you learn this. Because you learn this when you're there.
Please.
There's a Native American tribe, the Utes. So every time that I watch my cousin Viddy and he goes, "What's a Ute?" I go, "They're in Utah."
See, you said there's a Ute, and I was all surprised, like, so that's how it happened.
Yeah.
Utah. Okay. Learned something new today.
That's why the state of Utah, their mascot is the Utes.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, By the way, Patrick, if you need $1 million, maybe you just have Jamie take some pictures of you out in the woods.
Dude, you said it like we've just got an extra million later. Of course I need $1 million. I mean, oh, by the way, if you need an extra mil, just, and then you got all like California weird on me, have Jamie take pictures of you out in the woods. Yeah, I mean, not creepy at all, Dave.
No, but I mean, come on. Sasquatch isn't going to be taking selfies.
How do you know? They might have their very own social media, like Squatchbook. There could be a Squatchbook.
Would that mean there's a Zuckerberg Sasquatch?
I mean, in a different reality, maybe an alternate universe, yes, but I bet he's not such a.
Oh, did you see him? Did you see him ringside at the UFC fights, Zuckerberg?
No, what would he go to a UFC fight?
Exactly. What is he there for? But obviously, probably
get his manhood back.
Yeah, right.
No, he never had it. He's trying to earn it.
Okay, trying to earn his manhood.
Daryl and I were at Buffalo Wild Wings to see the fights, and the guy sitting next to me at the bar, because there was no place to sit, by the way, we were sitting at the bar. He got so excited every time he saw Zuckerberg's face on the screen, and I was like, I freaking hate that dude, man.
Yes.
Why are you getting excited about this dude who's a multi-billionaire, and the way he earned his money was by selling your data?
Yes. Sorry.
Am I right?
Oh yeah, you're completely right. I mean, have we seen the guy? He's not a normal-looking individual.
I don't believe in the reptile people, but if there were the reptile people, he's definitely one of them.
Oh, we've talked about reptiles, Bigfoot, and Facebook.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And for the record, it's Squatchbook. Get it right, Aaron.
Squatchbook.
Which, by the way, this is one of my big questions about the quote-unquote misinformation that YouTube bans and, censors and all that, the quote-unquote misinformation. Has anybody noticed that YouTube never censors the flat earthers, the Sasquatch people, the alien people? There's zero proof of any of that stuff.
I have absolutely nothing to argue your point with.
Yeah.
I'm Team David all the way.
It is 100% selective censorship.
Absolutely.
You can't
so
say
if you tell the truth.
You can't say
they censor you.
Right. If you got facts, if you got data to back up your argument, if you don't fit their narrative, they'll censor you. But they don't seem to care at all about the flat earthers.
So you both are finally agreeing with me that the 2020 election was stolen.
That's
right.
I've never
I've
never disagreed with that.
Okay, and I'll tell you my take on the 2020 election.
Oh
was,
Lord, I'm sorry I opened that can of worms.
Yeah, there you go.
For I have sinned.
Just the fact that 16% of voters said they would have voted for Trump over Biden had they known about the Hunter Biden laptop going into the 2020 elections. That tells me right there, yeah, it was stolen.
Yeah.
So forget about all the ballot counting or ballot stuffing or any that right there. That 16% would have swung it for Trump, and that's, in my opinion, you can't refute that. He would have been president had he had that 16%.
And there was a story this week that one of the senators from Kentucky is retiring soon. So are you thinking about are you thinking about throwing your hat in the ring and go, hey, I'm right here?
If I thought there was a small chance for me to ever succeed in that arena, I would definitely throw my hat in.
When anybody runs, they dig into your closet for any skeletons.
That's why I just put everything out there right out the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I just put everything on blast. I mean, I would do like an AI generated me interviewing me. So tell us about that. Mr. Candidate Rivers, Republican from Kentucky, tell us about that time you had a cocaine-induced heart attack when you were 27. Like, yeah, it was a fun week. Yeah, a week full of blow and vodka with a bartender. It's great times, but I learned my lesson. You know, I'm cool. I'm older and wiser now.
That was
things happen.
That was BC.
Yeah, that was definitely before Christ.
You know,
I was Catholic then. It was
cool. You could just wear different costumes and have those people interview you.
Right?
Know,
yeah,
like
I'd be in my squirrel costume.
Yeah.
Captain Jack interviewing me.
There you go.
Macho man.
Hey, by the way, I was watching something on YouTube. Now, the video that I was watching was not pushing this conspiracy theory that I'm going to say that I came up with, which is, but they did clip together a whole bunch of videos of Joe Biden and how he looks different in the different videos. And I'm convinced.
Welcome aboard.
I am convinced that some of those videos of him doing speeches, and I'm talking recently, AI generated. There's no way he's that coherent. And if you look, and the one that I'm thinking of specifically, his eyes are like saucers, and he never blinks.
That's because he's doing Hunter's cocaine. I mean, you know the thing. But let me go back to one point. You didn't let me finish. If I do get elected to the Senate, I would definitely, if Fetterman can dress in sweatpants and hoodies, I would be showing up to the Senate floor every day in a different costume, and then I would just repeat Macho Man for like a freaking month and a half. Actually, you know what? I'd do half my term as the Macho Man.
Would you?
What was the wrestler's name?
Would you wear the sunglasses?
The governor.
Sorry,
Jesse the Body Ventura.
Yeah.
Yeah, the governor.
Yeah, he was nuts.
Yeah, I'd wear the sunglasses. Like,
no, I thought it'd be incredible though if like the legislatures in Minnesota would not want to pass a bill. He'd be like, "Let's go in the ring.
Hey, what?
Let's go in the ring.
And
whoever wins,
I
wins the bill.
I think instead of elections, we have politician UFC matches.
Dude, I was hoping when Biden and Trump were at the border at the same time, there was going to be a fist fight. I was hoping there would be a fist fight.
Biden would have taken him out behind the school.
Out behind the wood. I'll take him out back to behind the woodshed. Yeah. I would have paid this.
Let me show you what I did to Corn Pop. Let me show you what I did.
If Trump really wants to pay off that $450 million from New York, just do a pay-per-view with him and Biden.
That's all you got to do.
Biden said he wants to meet him. Just come to me and we'll work together on this.
Yeah. Well,
what would be their walk-in songs?
Oh,
Biden's would definitely be Baby Shark. Just saying.
I'm going with We the People from Kid Rock for Donald Trump, though.
Okay.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
That or Hogan's Rick Behringer's Real American.
Yeah.
I am a real American.
You know what? That's even better. That's even better. 100%.
And then you freaking have Biden rolling out in his freaking hover round. Hey Joe, how'd you get to the wrestling match? Hover round. Oh, you know the thing.
You know the thing.
The thing.
You know.
And then he leaned into. Oh, you know, I just got here in a car. Paid for by your tax money.
Yeah, I just watched a video last week of I always love anybody that could do a really good Trump. And by the way, don't think that I don't make jokes about Trump. A good joke about Trump is a good joke.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the guy's orange. He's fat. He's got plenty of Achilles heels. But so this guy said, "You ever notice that Biden, he talks loud until he gets to the real important part, and then he whispers."
Right.
Right? Like a creepy guy. And he goes, Trump's the total opposite because and I don't do a good Trump, because he'll start soft, and then he'll end yelling, you know. And I can't think of a good example, but
I watched it. Just this morning. I watched an old SNL skit, and it was talking about how like self-deprecation is a sign of true power and true confidence. And it was an old SNL skit of Trump, and he was like literally in a overall jumpsuit, like a janitor, and he was walked into like his penthouse. He was a janitor at Trump Tower, and he walked into a dude like dressed like him. And Trump was like talking. He's like, "Yeah, you must be pretty." And it was like decked out like Trump's suite.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, you must feel pretty much like a real man with all that gay artwork you got hanging on your walls." And this is Trump making fun of the fake Trump. Like, I mean,
yeah,
it was so freaking funny.
Well,
it's like,
and as a person, I think that's what's great about him.
Yeah,
You know, is he gets the joke.
yeah.
He gets the joke.
Is Clinton the best impersonation on Saturday Night Live ever, though? What's his name?
He's pretty good. Will Ferrell's George Bush was pretty good too.
Yeah.
And
Those are tough.
Dana Carvey's George Bush Sr. is pretty decent as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not a fan of Baldwin's Trump. I don't think he did a very good job with
No.
Daryl Hammond does the best Trump, and I'll tell you why I don't like Baldwin's Trump. There's nothing funny about it. It's just a hit.
Yeah. There's you can tell that there's no humor behind it.
I watched a Daryl Hammond one where he was definitely taking hits at Trump, but it was still funny.
Yeah.
It was just funny.
Yeah. Now,
There's a right way and a wrong way to do it.
Yeah, and I can tolerate that kind of humor about anybody
Right.
as long as it's done in a humorous manner. But when it's just straight up just taking shots,
Just mean.
yeah,
It's just mean for mean
like
sake.
The View, like the entire cast
God.
of The View.
Oh, hey, speaking of, you know that race baiter, Sunny Hostin, I think that's her name on there. She went on that podcast that they do the DNA sample on.
Oh yeah, where she found out she was a slave owner.
She goes on all the time talking about how white people owe her reparations, and come to find out that her family owns slaves. And then she tried to play it off like, well, you know, a lot of bad people did a lot of bad things back then.
Welcome to the world, Sonny.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? No check for you, bro.
Pay me. Pay me.
That's one of those shows where you just get dumber by the minute.
Oh,
You start losing brain cells.
Right.
So are there literally, and I mean, are there shows that you guys watch that you'll flip through or you'll see clips of that you don't even know why you hit play, but you just did, and it just pisses you off?
Yep.
I mean,
and I mean, mine for probably a different reason than what you're talking about. I assume we're talking about like going through YouTube and stuff like that, right?
no, I'm just thinking like even just clips on random news channels. Like if you decide to stop on a news channel and you know what's coming out of their mouth is just pure unadulterated fiction.
Yeah, I just turn it
you're
off.
Just like, how are you getting away with it? Because there's like some old person out there is like, you know what, they're right. Trump did eat like 17 children at one point, and they were painted blue. I've seen it. They said so. My local anchorman said it, so it's the gospel.
Well, all you gotta do is watch Bongino, which I have done this week on Rumble, and he'll bring up every bad clip. Check this clip out. Check this clip out. Check this clip out, and you're like, you know, you couldn't pay me enough. Bongino couldn't pay me enough to just sit there and watch MSNBC.
Yes,
to provide clips.
It's just not palatable.
I broke up with Dan this week.
You did, huh?
Yeah, we're taking a break.
Oh.
Okay,
we're taking a break.
Was it? You getting too angry listening to the show?
Yeah,
okay.
That's part of the reason I got off Facebook.
Okay.
I got off Facebook. I did away with the political shows.
It was Dan Bongino that ran to Dave from Facebook.
but Dave is starting his own Facebook called Squatch Book. And, coming in the next week.
Yeah.
If you can find it.
No, I was arguing with somebody on Facebook on whether Joe Biden, there was a diary, written by his daughter about taking showers with him and how creeped out she was. And I was arguing with somebody I didn't even know, and I was showing him the proof, and he was like, "That's not real." What am I doing with my life? I got off Facebook, so I stopped, all of that, at least for a time.
It's good. It's good to do a social media cleanse, Dave.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
I don't intend on ever going back, but I didn't delete my profile. I just took it off my phone, so now I'm not.
Well, that tells me you intend on going back. So
I might, but I mean, I got a lot of stuff there and a lot of people I want to keep in contact with.
That's like being on a diet and keeping the box of Twinkies in the closet as a just in case. You're going back. You're going back.
Just in case.
You're going back.
Just in case I relapse.
Right. And Facebook, is there a group for that? Maybe you can find one in groups on the Facebook app.
It's called FA, Facebook Anonymous.
There's got to be. I hate Facebook on Facebook. There's got to be a group.
There's a group.
Oh, yeah. I know there's a group of Zuckerberg haters because I was in that group for a little bit, and the memes are fantastic.
Well, you're just flagged by every 3-letter agency today.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, by the way, you mentioned John Fetterman. You ever seen like those cartoons where they get hit on the head and they have an amnesia, and then they get hit on the head again and they remember everything? Yep. Is that what happened to John Fetterman? Did he get hit on the head after the stroke and all of a sudden he became a conservative?
Yes, and his tattoos on his arms disappeared completely.
Are you serious?
Yeah, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, Dave.
Really?
His tattoos, the ones that were on his forearms that he was so proud of that he had, they are missing now.
Oh.
So you tell me how that happens.
I never noticed that. I'll have to go check that out because I never really give that guy a time of day anyways. And
you talk about people looking different.
Before the I don't give him the time of day because before the stroke, everything he said was absolutely insane. Just insane.
Between him and Biden having a conversation is like listening to my 3-year-old's preschool class talking about algebra.
Howard Stern used to have a bit where he clipped together clips of Ozzy Osbourne speaking and clips of Keith Richards speaking, and he clipped them together so that they were having a conversation, but you couldn't understand what either one of them was saying.
Yeah, that's basically it.
It's just a bunch of.
But now the thing about it is,
now
I never thought I would see the day where I agreed with John Fetterman.
Right.
This guy makes a good point. This freaking troll just crawled out from under the bridge in his Nike sweatsuit, and I'm on board with what this guy's doing. You know.
But at the same time,
Dr. Oz.
Do you think he's getting played? Do you think he's a useful tool getting played? Like, hey, we need you to go out and say these things that's going to make you look a lot better in these people's eyes. And at the same time, it's going to soften, our craziness a little because you were the crazy one.
David, for the last 8 years, we've all been useful tools for buying whatever crap they've been shoveling. So, I mean, if he is, I'm enjoying the show and I'm enjoying the ride at this point. I can care less.
You want to talk about a useful tool, then the Queen useful tool is
this is a PG show, Dave. So let's
well, I was gonna say king, but it's a woman, so Queen useful tool is Fanni Willis.
This can of worms, huh?
Yeah, right.
Oh man,
I mean, truly a tool. That's all I could think of. I was listening to the closing arguments on Megyn Kelly. And this was the funniest one, I thought, was because she had a couple of great one-liners in there. But she said, I know everybody thinks I'm just going to use the race card, but I'm not. But maybe somebody can tell me why the white Republican is treated this way and the black Democrat is treated this way. And why is the white Christian treated this way and the black non-Christian is treated this way? And why is this white and that black? And she just went on and on and on, throwing down that race card after race card after race card. She said,
I'm not a Fanny defender at all. However that sounds, I don't care.
Can we isolate that? I'm not a Fanny defender.
Yeah, but I mean, a white gay dude was doing like gay porn in the Senate chambers, and nothing ever happened to that. So
yeah,
I mean, so So, I mean, she does have a little bit of a leg to stand on there.
Yeah, well, maybe. I guess. I don't know. But
so, question: if how are you two going to feel? And what I think is going to happen is absolutely nothing. I don't think she's going to be removed from the case. I don't think she's going to be disbarred or anything. How are you going to feel when nothing happens?
Oh, I'll feel like business as usual, but I don't think that's what's going to happen here. I think at the very least, she's sanctioned by the bar, but I think that she's coming off the case. I think the case is over. I think it's done.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be done. I mean, I again, whatever happens, can they appeal it? Keep appealing it?
Prosecutors
I don't know if they
can't.
I don't know if they can appeal this thing.
Okay.
Not in this thing. The what'll happen if her department is taken off the case? They can't use anybody else in her office. They need a new DA to be appointed. One of the theories was if the governor appoints a DA, well, the governor's Republican, so it's probably done. And then the DA at the same, if somebody's appointed, that DA still has to start over and might go, you know what? I don't got enough of a case here.
The Georgia governor, he was against investigating Fanni anyway. So I mean, so he would.
Well, you know, they're all different heads of the same beast. You know,
they're all Fanni defenders. I'm not.
Defenders.
Defender of the Fanni.
Yeah, I see a bumper sticker in the future here.
That's going to be a big bumper sticker, bro. Say it.
The other line that I really liked was when they cornered her on how she owed like $4,000 in taxes, and then she was saying that she was keeping all this cash around the house and she was paying out tens of thousands of dollars to people, and they said, well, didn't you owe taxes? She's like, oh, you gonna tell me how to pay my bills?
Right. Well, no, kind of Uncle Sam is kind of trying to imply, you know.
Yeah.
But
Like,
doesn't
come
this
on.
really just taint the jury pool too? Against
You
her?
would think. You would
Against
think.
her? You know,
Yeah,
I realize it is in Atlanta, Fulton County, but I would say it would look pretty bad to the jury that.
Yeah,
you know,
but
all
everything
this
that
stuff
I was telling Dave
I don't-
earlier, everything that I've seen in the last.
I don't think there's a jury on this one. This is a judge
No. Well, for the RICO case, for
the RICO case,
for
but
Trump,
they're not allowing that jury to see any of this.
No. There's no. Yeah. But I mean, everything that I've seen in the last year, as far as cases, like especially the one in New York, where there was no victim, everybody was talking about how like he was the perfect client, and we can't wait to work with him again. And yet he's still found liable for fraud, and they're trying to strip his business. And this isn't even a defense of the man. It's like, so if they're just going to negate all that, the freaking law is, and just gloss over and look over all these legitimate facts. They had the witnesses, the quote unquote victim witnesses there saying, all's gravy, all's well, we love the guy. And then, well, yeah, he's still guilty though. What was your analogy earlier, Dave?
Oh, that one's going to get me in trouble. That was for private. It was something along the lines of having a date with someone. She claims that there's consent, and the cops bust in and say there was no consent. And she's saying, yes, I absolutely consented. And they're saying, no. This clearly looked like you didn't consent to us, so we're going to prosecute.
Right. And so, I mean, we are in a freaking weird world right now. I mean, it's weird. I would hate to be in trouble with the law right now.
Who knows where it's going to go, you know? But, yeah, that one's, I think that one's a done deal, man. I put a fork in that one. I think it's done.
The Georgia case, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which was one of the worst. That was one that he could not pardon.
Right.
So
yeah, the governor couldn't pardon for 5 years, I don't think.
We got Big Fanni and we got Big Wade over here. So I mean,
Well, they don't seem to remember anything. I mean, in my opinion, I want an attorney that remembers something.
Right? It was 2 years ago. What do you mean you don't remember?
Here, ask me some questions, Patrick.
So David, when do you believe that or feel that you started this MUZKAST with Mr. Rivers?
Oh, I can't recall.
Well, if you can't, the phone records show you having at least some sort of contact with Mr. Rivers for the last couple years. I mean, do you think you might be able to pinpoint those?
I don't even remember having a phone.
Oh.
That's kind of the way it went.
My best,
Absolutely.
the best one though is we don't talk about things under investigation. We
don't talk about Fight Club.
Yeah, we don't.
Right.
We can't talk about things that are under investigation.
Yeah.
When they bring in the FBI, the DOJ, we can't comment on that. We can't comment on that. And then a week later, there's a news story on something they couldn't comment about.
Commenting
about it.
It's not a
The first rule of the Fanny investigation is we don't talk about the Fanny investigation.
We don't talk about the Fanny.
Don't talk about the Fanny.
And do you bring back the New York?
Hang on. Do you think she ever walks around the house doing that?
What's
Fanny, calling herself.
Yeah, I guarantee you
Fanny.
she speaks about. I guarantee you she speaks about her in third person, like
With
she's from the freaking Jersey Shore or something. I'm the Fanny. How are they going to talk about the Fanny like this? I am the Fanny.
Oh, come on, man. I know her name's Fanny. I refuse to call her Fanny because her name's spelled Fanny. And why did you do that to your child?
Yeah, I don't care what they say. It's like, don't try and church it up, Dirt. Joe Dirte? No, it's Joe Dirt. Don't try and church it up, boss.
Right. I just wonder what church she'll be speaking at this weekend.
Right?
Right?
Well, I can tell you it's not a white church. She don't like white people at all.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, she's taking enough money from someone, though.
She's hands down.
She's taking enough money from Soros.
Oh, yeah.
There's one white guy she likes.
Well, Aaron's going to be dead tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, now, she doesn't like the color white. She likes the color green. But she is hands down 100% a racist. She hates white people.
Yes, absolutely.
All you got to do is listen to her. All you got to do is listen to her. And by the way, I use the same thought process as, people that like to call white people racist, which is if you're racist, and she clearly is, I just don't give you the time of day. You're an idiot, and it's not worth my time.
So my question is, like, if the white racists, they're out and burning crosses in lawns like the Klan, what do other racists do to show their disdain for white people? They just go out and take out a bread refinery. They take out Heiners in a week. They just burn loaves of bread and throw it at your lawn.
No, they start DEI divisions at your workplace.
Oh man, I was good. Our saltine crackers are safe. Then. We're good. Sweet. Rich, you get a pass. You're gonna make it.
Going back to the Trump New York case, does he own those buildings anymore?
Yes.
I thought his corporations owned them.
No, he was talking about how he's going to have to sell off if they wouldn't let him appeal, and he had to pay up front this whatever 100 and something million. He was going to have to sell off assets to be able to afford to do that.
Okay.
So, and they denied his appeal, so he's going to have to sell off assets to pay to appeal.
Didn't they just tack on like another $100 million or something like that?
Yeah.
Like, well, we just don't even like the cut of your jib, so here's another $100 million.
Hey, your money wasn't green enough when you turned it in.
Right?
Yeah, I got a $100 million green fee.
Right?
You thought it was for the environment. No, it's for the color of the money.
Yeah. You were thinking golf course. I was thinking pockets of our AG Bragg over here.
Maybe they need the Trump Tower to house more illegal aliens.
Yeah,
in New York.
Oh, maybe that's
what
the angle.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the angle. Get him out of Trump Tower so they can put all the illegal aliens there.
Dude, New York's going to implode at this rate. Dude, New York is going to literally...
Mayor Adams already said it was.
Yeah. But I mean, but then in the next breath, he's like, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and give them $10,000 debit cards preloaded.
What's up with this?
For food and medical expenses.
Really? I read a story.
And what medical
about
expenses
Chicago.
when I'm paying that too?
Chicago's moved all the illegal aliens into the schools, so the kids can't even go to school in Chicago.
They tried that in New York, and the parents went out of their minds, and they moved them. They moved them out at the end of the day.
It's Chicago.
Wow.
It's
Chicago.
They don't care. They don't care. That place has been a freaking turd boat for the last 20 years. So, I mean, nothing's really going to change.
Yeah. Hey.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, I won't say that.
What would happen if they did that to Kentucky?
If they did what?
Oh, just shut down the school. We're bringing in illegal aliens. Sorry, kids, you can't go to school today.
Hey, look, we still have gun racks in the back of our truck windows. So, I mean, I dare you. I dare you.
Oh, man.
Let's see. What was that song? Try That in a Small Town? Come on.
Oh, man.
We'll see you soon. We'll see you real soon.
I always thought that was pretty funny, was all the triggered liberals that were triggered by that song. And they're like, that's racist and you're promoting violence. And it's like, no, I think it's pretty straight on, because I know people in small towns. I've been to small towns. My brother lives in a small town. That's the way they think, and that's the way they operate.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't come sniffing around our door and expect with bad intentions and expect nothing to happen. We don't care, because honestly, we know all the law. We probably went to school or grew up with them, or they're somebody's freaking uncle.
You went
so
to
we're
school?
Good. Yeah, so we're good.
They go to school here, but that's not what they teach. So, yeah, it's like I forget where I was going with this, but yeah, the small town thing. It's just it's a different mentality there than city folk, and I get it. I'm a city folk, but
so you're saying it all wrong, Dave.
What do you say?
I mean, you're saying it all freaking white and proper. Them city folk, yeah. they're just no.
Well, what is it?
Put some twang on it. You know,
give me an example.
No. Give me your best. Give me your best bumpkin right now.
Oh, you're putting me on the spot, man.
Yeah, you daggone right I am. If you're gonna start throwing it out there like a white dude with a Ritz cracker in his butt cheeks, trying to hold it in place like you're prim and proper, we're gonna talk some city folk, son.
Some city folk.
Yeah.
Some city folk.
You gotta put some twang. Yeah, see, that's better.
All right.
There you go. City folk ain't wrecking round. Welcome around here now.
I spent like 10 days in Lubbock, Texas. First time I was ever in Texas. And, second time, but first time I spent any time there. And I go to the Chevron station in the morning or whatever. And it's absolutely what you see on TV. There's an old lady behind the counter. How you doing, darling? Well, God bless you. Have a great day. All that.
Yeah, you go to McDonald's in Cali, it's like, what do you want?
Yeah, well, no, you got to
hurry up, bro.
You got to walk up to the bulletproof glass and ask the guy behind the counter to get you something because it's been stolen so many times.
I'm willing to go out on a limb here and say the ice cream machines at McDonald's in Cali have never worked.
No, I don't know that I've ever had a McDonald's ice cream. Chick-fil-A ice cream. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Chick-fil-A.
No argument there.
Mm-hmm.
That's twice.
Yeah, when I was in the South last summer, it was, hey, baby, oh, sweetie, from all the waitresses.
And again, you guys just stay where you're at because you said that's so white. Again, when I was in the South last year, I heard, "Hey, baby, hey, sweetie." Come on, man. I mean, relax, slow it down, relax. That drawl.
There's nothing slow. There's nothing slow about California.
No,
Gavin Newsom, point taken. Right, I mean, just say.
Yeah. And our future governor, the Attorney General, Rob Bonta. He's a real piece
Nancy.
of work,
I
too.
mean, you got a whole short bus there in Cali, so don't tell me there's nothing
on the
slow.
upside, there are polls that are saying that Steve Garvey is pretty much tied with Adam Schiff, which is a good thing.
What's
Steve Harvey?
in the primary, though?
In the primary, yeah.
Yeah.
So what are they gonna? What are they just gonna duke it out on the feud?
Oh, wouldn't that be great if they had to do a home run challenge to win the seat?
No, you said Steve Harvey, right?
No,
Garvey.
Garvey.
Oh,
The
I'm thinking
baseball
family feud. We asked
No.
100 Americans who would be better for the role of governor, and ding.
Steve Garvey, the baseball player. He's running as a Republican. Adam Schiff, he turned out of his seat in, I think it was San Francisco or something like that. Anyways,
Burbank.
Right?
He did not term out. He did not term out.
So he's going for another term in the seat that he was already in. Is that
no?
It's a booster seat, right?
it's a booster seat?
No, he was. He's a U.S. congressman from Burbank, California, and now he wants to go to the Senate.
Oh, okay. Because I know they were talking about appointing him to who's the one from San Francisco that was 90-something years old that just passed away. Not Barbara Boxer.
Feinstein.
That's the one. They were talking about him being in there, and that's a lot another bunch of goofiness that Newsom's trying to pull around here. It was he actually pulled a black woman from Pennsylvania, I think it was Maryland. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're like, she doesn't even live here, and she was going, oh well, I own a house there. You don't live here. You're in Pennsylvania. Oh no, it doesn't matter. Sure it does. He's so desperate to have the first black woman Democrat who eats Fruity Pebbles on Tuesdays to be in this seat. And by the way, when are we going to run out of firsts? I mean, we got the first president with dementia. I mean, we got that.
I mean, I wish I had some arguing points for you, Dave, to really make it, but I can't.
You can't argue with it because it's common sense. It's common sense. Hey, speaking of common sense, DEI, you mentioned this, Aaron, before we jumped on this. It's down in Florida. Is it Florida?
Florida, yeah.
Yeah,
Florida.
Yeah,
that's where everything's happening, Dave. Everything good is happening in Florida.
The magic happens in Florida. That's
right.
That's the new state slogan, which is better than South Dakota's, which was crack, we're on it, or meth, we're on it. That was their drug campaign in South Dakota. Meth,
nailed it.
We're on it.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Yeah, somebody paid like $600,000 for that.
But even that slogan's better than the "Show Me" state. Like, whoa! I mean, there's some things I don't want to see. Come on.
What is it that they want to show you?
Right. Maybe some Sasquatch love.
I got questions.
Yeah, you probably don't want answers.
So yeah, what was the story here, Aaron?
Well, the school newspaper at the University of Florida was complaining about the DEI staff and classes and all that getting cut, and the legislators were doing their job and cut it from the state budget, and so it's not allowed. And they were complaining how diversity, equity, and inclusion will not be heard at these universities. And I'm thinking to myself, you are heard. It just you're not going to get paid anymore.
Well, here's
taxpayer money won't go towards it.
Here's my feeling. Number one is I don't think universities should get any tax dollars whatsoever. Because if they're getting tax dollars, stop charging these kids hundreds of thousands of dollars in tuition.
Yep.
Stop paying these idiot professors. And yeah, I'll say it. They're freaking morons, man.
Yep.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars to Harvard to cheat off people and plagiarize. I mean, come on. Why are people paying to send their kids to these universities? I don't get it. Because they all get out of college and go, I can't afford to live. I live at home and I can't pay my bills and I can't pay my school loans back and I can't find a job that I was promised I was going to make $100 million in my first year at. Yeah, because you went.
But what they didn't tell me, my
college.
daggone degree in gender studies really didn't translate into the real world.
Yeah, I got a major in philosophy, the minor in gender studies. Well, what kind of job do you think that's gonna get you? Because there's not a whole lot of call for philosophers right now.
Right. And the ones that are claimed that identify as philosophers, they're in your government. So I mean,
Hey, one of the paragraphs in the article on alligator.org is, in the face of this setback, we are grateful for the protections afforded to us as students. Student organizations and our voices are protected. We can continue to stand for what we believe. We can fight for the values that we know this university and its students hold to be true. And again, nothing's happening to diversity, equity, and inclusion, except the tax dollars will go towards that. You can still speak. You still have, a voice. We're just not paying for it anymore.
See, what I don't understand is, like, back in the 60s, when you want to do colleges had something to protest against. You got the Vietnam War. Now you got like chicks with dicks wanting to go into little girls' bathrooms, and that's what you want to defend. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Censor. Use that censor button.
I had no other way to say it. So, I mean, it's just like, whatever. I mean, the most ridiculous. Our voices are being heard. Okay, so I'm gonna go pee with the ladies, but I'm gonna stand up while I'm doing it. That is the most ridiculous fight to fight.
Well, on the bathroom thing, when that whole bathroom argument started a few years back, this is all I said, because there was a whole bunch of ladies going, I got no problem with it on Facebook, and I went, well, welcome to the men's room then.
Right. Come on in, girl.
You're gonna really enjoy it in the men's room, because dudes
that wasn't
in their bathrooms.
That didn't sound rapey at all, Dave.
Oh, okay. I didn't mean it to sound that way. I just meant like this place is gonna
really enjoy the men's room. Oh yeah.
Ooh yeah. Anyways, no, I just meant it like the men's rooms are typically pretty dirty in comparison to the women's rooms.
Dude, I've worked retail and I've cleaned the ladies' room, and Bub, I would take a men's room any day of the week.
Oh, really?
That's some rough business in there, son. I mean, you got things happening in there that you're just like, I don't even know how that got that high up on the wall. How is that even possible? Why? Why is that there? So, I mean, you remember those things you get out of the quarter machines, and you throw them against the wall and they stick and they climb down?
Yeah, the sticky hands and the sticky octopus. And,
and we'll just end on this. That was like, you just see they played the game with tampons in there at some point.
Well, I also read a DEI related
I gave you
article.
an out. I gave you an out to shut me up.
I just let you. Yeah. Anyways, I read a related DEI article from Yahoo Finance. I'm not going to dig it up right now, but
how did you find a yard dart tampon related article? I mean,
sorry, I meant DEI related article.
Okay.
I think I said that.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, it was speaking specifically about Microsoft's DEI and how that since they've had their DEI place in place, or DEI division in place, that they have discovered that, get this, white men that work for Microsoft make less than women and make less than their ethnic peers.
Wow.
Interesting,
Thanks,
huh?
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Well,
that's your DEI for you. Racism in real time.
So what we have to do, well, I'm like Cherokee Indian, so you guys are the ones who screwed. But what you guys need to do is change how
until you get a DNA test like Sonny Hostin and find out that you're 100% white and don't slaves.
But that's the thing. I've had 2 DNA tests to find out and it all comes back to,
what's that about?
I don't know, but I liked it. I had balloons because they know I'm not a cracker.
Somebody's listening.
They just had a non-cracker party for me. But
happy birthday.
Yeah,
I don't get no balloons. I didn't get no balloons.
I'm not getting any more balloons either. But But you guys need to start checking that box, like you like white, Caucasian, Hispanic, right? Just check Hispanic. You might get a free $10,000.
You know what I do? I 100% do this now. Anytime that somebody asks me for my ethnicity or my gender, I always put the wrong thing. Always put the wrong thing.
The wrong thing.
Yeah. So like I'll just I'm trying to think of a specific, fill out a survey and we'd like to know your gender, age, and stuff like that. So I always put the wrong age. Gender, if it offers a trans, I'll go trans. If it's just male, if it's male or female, I'll put female. If it's how much money do you make? Oh, I make $200,000 a year. And when it gets to the ethnicity, yeah, it's always Chinese, Black, Asian. I mean, a Mexican, or Latino, whatever it is. I'll put one of those.
You're worse than the police that when they arrest an illegal immigrant for doing a crime and they always list them as white. You are in that same boat, Dave.
Well, I don't even know what that means.
I mean, it's terrible. Know what that means. You're skewing the polls. You're skewing the numbers.
Yeah, that's what I do. Hey, don't ask for my opinion.
So you did.
If you don't want it. No.
Like 7 times.
No, well, probably.
Dave's like one of those people from South Carolina that changed their from Democrat to Republican and voted for Nikki Haley. Yeah, that's what Dave is now.
Hey, by the way,
he's a Nikki Haley voter.
You know what? Yep. Nikki Haley got everything she asked for, everything she deserved in going to South Carolina. When you fall 36 points behind none of the above,
yeah,
that's the sign that you get out. You don't
Not
go.
Her.
Oh no, we're going the
she's
full
a woman
money
of her
on this
word.
one. I want to be hated in every state, and I want them to confirm it with a vote.
Right?
Why do you think she's still in? Is she hoping that like Trump gets disqualified and then she goes, "Hey, I got the second most delegates, so I should be"?
No, she's definitely a detractor. That way, if she bails now, all that money that she's getting for supporters from her sport would go to the Trump campaign.
Well, the Koch brothers dropped out after South Carolina.
So she's just a
that's her main donor.
Just a disruptor, because the longer she keeps Trump on the road fighting, the more cash he's spending out anyway. And so with all these lawsuits and all this other crap coming against him, I mean, they're hoping to bleed him. So
okay. I know you're already saying there's not going to be an election, so let's just pretend that there is. Do you think there's going to be a debate between Trump and Biden?
No. Not a chance.
No. Yeah, I don't think so either.
Not a chance.
I think it would be fantastic.
Potato Joe wouldn't show up.
No,
I tell you what, though, it would be interesting, though, Trump, Biden, and RFK Jr. on the stage.
Yeah.
We'd actually talk about ideas.
The thing about it is, though,
RFK would talk about ideas. Joe would mumble all over himself, and Trump would tell you how great he is.
Joe would get scared and piss himself right there in front of God and everybody. Trump would just scream, and the reason he would get scared is because Trump would be screaming at him so much, and RFK would be talking about the poisons in our food supply. So it'd be like a bunch of. You ever seen the movie Grumpy Old Men?
Yes.
No.
That's what it'd just be, a bunch of people in a geriatric home just screaming at each other. Yeah, the potatoes were cold. You stole the election. The food's poisoned. I just peed them.
And Joe would be like,
"My butt's been wiped."
Election? There was an election?
Right? What? Huh? Who's got the ice cream?
Have you? I'm gonna lay it straight at Facebook because I don't know about other social media sites, but did you know that if you post that "my butt's been wiped" video of Joe Biden saying "my butt's been wiped," that they will quickly fact check it for you and tell you that we really don't know what he said actually. I don't know. Sounds pretty clear. Like
that theory.
Yeah, sounds pretty clear. Sounds pretty much like "my butt's been wiped."
I have not seen that video, nor have I seen the fact checkers, but I do need to go and investigate further.
Oh, you need to watch the "butt's been wiped" video. It's real quick. My butt's been wiped.
This conversation got really creepy.
Well,
let's get it even creepier. Let's talk about Willy Wonka.
Oh yeah,
we're talking. Dave, you wanted to talk about that.
Well, they had this Willy Wonka experience in Glasgow, Scotland, that turned out to be just a nightmare, I guess. It was.
Dude, I watched the video when you sent it to me. And it's like basically somebody in a warehouse just put up a few Willy Wonka decorations, and that was it. I loaded up me kids and took a drove for hours. Well, there wasn't even any chocolate.
So people paid and lined up, as I probably would if I had a kid or, had nothing to do on a Saturday or something like that. Lined up to go to this thing, paid £35, which I'm assuming is about $40 roughly.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Oh, they got pounded all right.
Yeah. And the cops had to get called out because the parents were so upset and demanding their money back. And what it was like a warehouse with some props. And like there was a picture that I saw of one of the quote unquote Oompa Loompas standing at the chemistry factory or whatever it's supposed to be called, but really it looked like a bar in somebody's home, and there were these chemistry things sitting on the bar, but the Oompa Loompa was this average sized woman. Yeah, that was she was just kind of looking at the camera like, what do you want?
Like the elf in A Christmas Story. Hurry up, kid. It's closing time.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the one of my first thoughts about it was, well, I wonder if they got an English accent Willy Wonka, or did they get a Scottish accent Willy Wonka? Because I think you got to go English accent.
No, they definitely had the Scottish Gene Wilder. Oh, top of the morning, I tell you, you want to see me factory, do you?
Well, that's Irish.
Come over here to the chocolate fountain.
That's Irish. That's Irish.
Irish, Scottish.
Yeah. No, don't even.
Difference?
Oh, don't even start that with me.
We started it with you. Go ahead, Mr. Scottish Heritage. Dump your knowledge on us, please.
Well, the Irish one is the Irish accent's a little happier. The Scottish accent is a little more aggressive. And you know what?
Can you demonstrate? I'm going
to see if Daryl. Can you do an Irish and a Scottish accent? But you can do a Scottish one, because I got to hear somebody do a Scottish accent before I can start mimicking it. But it's more like, hey laddie. Yeah, it's well, I wouldn't call it English, but
it's all Irish to me.
Yeah, it's
right. March. Well, it's March. It's St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, that's going nowhere. Anyways,
St. Patty's Day. He farted in me Lucky Charms. Okay.
Yeah, it was all bad. It was all bad. And they said, well, a lot of things failed before opening, but we went ahead and opened anyways. We had considered just canceling it, but the time had come. And just looking at everything, you didn't have to know like an hour before that this wasn't going to fly.
Right?
You're going to know like a couple days before, like, this just ain't going to happen, bro.
No, you're going to know at the point of conception. Unfortunately, the mastermind behind this was a 15-year-old kid with a trust fund. Yeah, I'm going to paint some pictures on a wall. I'm going to bring in some adult Oompa Loompas. He's Scottish. I'm going to bring in some adult Oompa Loompas. We're going to feed him chocolate, but we're not going to have chocolate because we don't have it in the budget.
Well, I did hear that the guy who puts on the fire festivals wants to do a World of Imagination at the next fire festival, so that should work out well.
Well, shouldn't they just go, if they want to be in a world of pure imagination, shouldn't they go to a Letter People parade out there in California?
Oh.
Wow.
Wow. And it's not the letter people, it's the alphabet community.
They're the letter people to meet, pal. Come and meet the letter people. Come and join their family.
That sounds like a Sesame Street song.
Actually, back in kindergarten, they used to do this thing. That's how we learned our alphabet. and that was a whole like PBS style cartoon, and like they would like say it's the letter. I remember the letter G that like so you would hear a knock on the door, and there was this inflatable balloon G, and then that week you would grow like grass in a styrofoam cup, so you learned your letters. But that was their song. But now the gays have taken it, and I'm very disturbed about it. The gays.
Oh, come on. Hey, real quick before we wrap up, we talk about going every year here to AFTERSHOCK. This year, I think we're going to go. We didn't go last year. I don't think we went the year before. But this lineup, clearly no Christian bands on this thing, except Skillet, but NPOD. But this is a pretty big lineup, if you don't mind me running down it real fast.
I just want to point out that AFTERSHOCK was a popular drink when I was a teenager.
Yeah. It's called AFTERSHOCK because we're in Northern California. We have earthquakes.
And gays.
Okay. Anyways, all right, here's the lineup. We got, and I'm just running off bands that you have probably heard of. Insane Clown Posse, Code Orange, Tech Nine, Bad Wolves, Shadows Fall, Fear Factory. Those are the bottom tier bands. Next tier up, Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine, which, you know, we all know that joke. He became part of the Machine. Body Count. Let me see. I don't recognize any of those bands. Static X. Grandson. I've never heard of Grandson. That doesn't sound like a very exciting band.
Well, their grandparents are going to be there to see them.
Yeah. Mastodon. Marky Ramone, who we just saw, and it was great. Taproot. I don't know what is up with these metal bands and this weird barbed wire-like script that they use for everything, because I can't make out the name of the band. I got to try to decipher it, and I just won't. Il Nino's going to be there, Flogging Molly. Now we're getting into the bigger bands. Disturbed, Seether, Nothing More, Eagles of Death Metal, Drowning Pool, Head PE, Judas Priest, Stained, Clutch, Cold Chamber, Rival Sons, Alien Ant Farm, CKY, Aaron's favorite, Five Finger Death Punch. Yeah.
CKY is still out playing, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Five Finger Death Punch, Aaron's favorite. He's gonna miss him because he only wants to go to one day.
But that's because he can only do one finger. He can't do the whole 5 finger death punch.
You know, he used to go to all 4 days before he lost his toe.
That's right. That's right.
That's why he can't do 5 fingers, because he's jealous.
Yeah.
That's right.
Rise Against. Dead Poet Society, Pantera, Hailstorm, Cypress Hill, Seven Dust, Slayer, Ministry, Filter, Slipknot, Evanescence,
Filter?
Dropkick Murphys. Yeah, we just saw Filter.
Murphys.
Yeah, just saw Filter. They were great.
Yeah,
Dropkick
nice
Murphys, we've seen them before. They're awesome.
Gang's all here.
Yeah. Iron Maiden, Breaking Benjamin, Anthrax, POD, New Year's Day, Alien Weaponry, Motley Crue, Falling in Reverse, Skillet, Bad Flower, Ginger, the Oxymorons, and Point
Your
North.
son is going just to see Ginger, isn't he?
I've never seen Ginger, but
yeah, you have. Turn around. He's in the other room.
Oh, I didn't get it. I didn't catch that one. But yeah, I think Shane would actually be down for Dropkick Murphys and CKY and Oxymorons. That's more his speed, I think.
The name you couldn't read is Lorna Shore.
That's that script one.
Yeah.
That's a name he can't read either.
Yeah, look. Yeah, clearly. If I can't
actually, I met those guys. They came to my work to pick up some merch they had sent while they're on tour, and I met them. They were very nice young men.
All right, great. Next time that happens, Aaron, and it's some band with this crazy, weird script that I want to talk to those people.
Okay.
Because what is wrong with you? Seriously. There's a million bands with that same exact logo.
I can see how that's
so.
Go.
Of all the bands you mentioned, what's the one you're most excited to see, Dave?
Probably. I'm trying to pick one that I probably haven't seen before. And Static X for sure. I want to see them. Cypress Hill was great when we saw him last time. Ministry was great.
Didn't I say one? Patrick,
Yeah.
You did say one.
Okay.
And I'm in Kentucky, and I can count. So
this is the one day that Aaron wants to go to, and you can chime in on this.
Yeah.
He wants to go to the Motley Crue day.
Oh yes,
of course, he does.
Motley Crue, Falling in Reverse, Skillet, Bad Flower, Ginger, Disturbed, Seether, Nothing More, Eagles of Death Metal, Drowning Pool, Flogging Molly, Tom Morello.
And to be honest here,
Fear Factory.
Like this, the first time I heard you guys 3 days under some of your stuff, I was like, they sound like Seether. And
Sweet.
So I like Seether.
Yeah, I remember. I remember when Aaron told you that, Patrick, the first time we had you on the show, and you were actually got excited about it.
Well, the song we're going to drop in June, literally, I heard a fresh cut of it again today, and it's all Seether, and it wasn't even meant to be.
Oh, really?
We didn't even mean for it to come out because we don't try to sound like anybody, but it's just how it happened. So,
Yeah,
you know who the Seether is? Do you know who the Seether is? It's a serious question. Do you know who the Seether is? It's Louise. Go listen to the Veruca Salt Seether song.
I was gonna say Veruca, but I didn't know you were going to
tie it all back together with the Willy Wonka. See?
Well played, David.
It was a long way to go. I had to write you a map for it, but there it is.
But you made it.
So, Dave, you're going to go to all 4 days?
I'd really like to go to all 4 days.
Can't fight the Seether.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
Great song.
Yeah.
And so,
The
I'm
Seether's
hoping to
Louise.
go to Ohio for 2 days to see this band 3 days under. You know,
I wouldn't waste my time.
yeah, play.
Yeah, I heard they sound like Seether.
Oh man!
All right. With that, let's wrap it up.
See that full circle, David? Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Just call me Zinsaki, because I just circled back. Boom.
It's the circle of life.
The circle of life. All right, we're done.
Happy trails, everybody.
Happy trails.
Deuces, get on out of here.
Go on, get.
Hey, look, it is